We are live. Welcome to the King's Corner. We're back at the King's Corner.
I've been noticed.
I've been gone.
Yes, you have.
How is everybody?
Tired.
See how much darker it is when you go live?
Mine's better.
Do I need to scoot over so you can get in the shot a little bit better?
Don't say that word.
Shot? Oh, sorry. We are stalling until people jump on here. But it's good to see everybody because later when this is recorded, everybody's going to go, what are y'all doing?
Well, right now it's good to see all 0 of you. It's very nice.
Oh, goody. And I can answer a phone. Hello, I'm live. I'm live. You're live now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, the KingFanMan Insider says, hey. Bye. It is good to see everybody, even though we don't have anybody on yet. They will be in a minute. We've got a lot to talk about tonight.
It's huge. It's absolutely
huge. There has been, let's see, Fallout. A new Fallout has been revealed in the last few days. If you've been living under a tree stump, you didn't know that. There is a lot of Starfield teases coming out today, happening today. And, of course, more leaks. More leaks. And more leaks. Have you heard all the leaks?
I hear there's enough to drain the Shenandoah River.
That song has been in my mind. Almost heaven.
Oh,
West
gosh,
Virginia.
don't start singing.
It's in my mind right now. So what do you think about the Fallout 76? Let's just start right there. What do you think about the Fallout 76 news? Are you excited about it?
I am. I don't think it's going to be their main game they release.
I don't either. See, I'm still thinking Starfield is going to be here.
I think it's right now it's getting everybody off tail of Starfield, I think. Or whatever.
Did you see, and I know you did because I just showed it to you, did you see the sign that Bethesda's putting up outside of the E3 conference? You know, the 3 buildings where they have the Skyrim, years ago. Well, they got it again, and they're putting up a vault with 2 Vault Boys.
One with Starfield behind them in the vault.
Yes.
Or
well, number one, there's 2 Vault Boys, which is very big, which means multiplayer.
Co-op.
Yeah, or multiplayer, some kind of multiplayer. We know there's going to be some kind of multiplayer. And, sorry, I'm getting this adjusted. There's going to be some kind of multiplayer. And, yes, there are stars behind the Vault Boy. What's going on with that? That's crazy.
Either they're teasing us again, or they're leading to something. I just hope it's not the first.
That is. Could you refresh that?
Yeah,
We've got 15 YouTubes going on and some leak channels going on. I wonder why that's not on.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. You don't have to, it'll.
Some leak channels going on. I wonder why that's not on.
Hey, there we are.
Them some ugly guys.
Some ugly guys. I am the KingFanMan. We need to start and get serious here. I am joined by the Wolfman again. We are doing our weekend podcast as always, but you have enjoyed the live feed, so we just going live for you, so you can see our ugly mugs. Now,
unfortunately for you,
now y'all can see why he's called the Wolfman. He's got hair all over him, but he used to have hair everywhere, and that's why he started.
Bob Ross ain't got nothing on me.
That's why he started being called the Wolfman. A lot of rumors about this Fallout 76 had a lot of people scared for a while, but now it seems like everybody's getting a little bit more excited. Are you kind of the same way?
I'm getting more cautious the farther it goes in. Where everyone else get more excited, I'm getting a little more worried. And I know I shouldn't be, but I don't want to get my hopes up thinking it's one thing and then it turns out being another, me being disappointed like I was at E3 last year.
Yeah, I don't want another year like last year, but this year is not going to be that way. This E3 is shaping up to be one of the best I've ever watched. Already, just think of what Bethesda has already with Rage 2. I'm so excited to see more about Rage 2. Now I'm so ready to see what this Fallout 76 has to offer. What kind of multiplayer it is. We know it's going to be some kind of multiplayer, but I really think from the rumors I'm hearing, now not the leaks. We can talk about the leaks if y'all want to. Y'all know I don't talk about the leaks in my normal videos, but we can in discussion if you want to.
Okay.
I'm talking about the rumors that are out there. It appears that Chris Avallone may be the lead writer on this Fallout. If that name doesn't mean anything to you, he is the main writer on Fallout New Vegas.
And Prey.
Star Wars, the Knights of the Old Republic. Some of the best RPGs that have ever been made, he wrote. And of course, if there's one area in Bethesda's RPGs that needed help, now I've never minded their stories, but I've heard from others they think they're weak. You know, like the Skyrim story. It wasn't the strongest, but I enjoyed it. I loved the Dragonborn.
I enjoyed the side quest more than I do. It's just the main quest is so slow in Skyrim. It's my only problem with it.
Right. I thought the Fallout 4 story was great. It had a really big twist.
It probably would have been better if it hadn't been
spoiled for me. Absolutely. Yeah, if you didn't know the twist, it would have been a lot better. Well, if the rumors are true and Chris Avallone is actually the lead writer for Fallout 76, wow. I'm excited. I mean, this literally could be the best Fallout ever. People are panicking out there, but if this is if you can play it single player, if Chris Avallone actually wrote any of it, and you have the ability to play co-op as well, this literally could be the best Fallout ever. And plus, what's got me super excited is the time period.
It's 20 years after bombs fell?
25 years. 25 years. I kind of thought, now this is personal, I kind of thought they had run the course on the 200 years. I thought it was kind of getting a little too far out there. I mean, 210, I think Fallout 4 was 210 years after the bombs dropped?
210, yeah. I think that's what Codsworth says
at
the start.
Don't hit that. It'll make the camera go crazy.
Long, lanky legs.
I don't have that problem.
I know.
This being the first Fallout, that's got me excited. I mean, we're going to get to see some brand new factions. We're going to get to see a world literally that nobody has ever seen before. Because think about it, the only time anybody's ever seen anything like this.
It's been close to 100 years after the.
Well, what was it? 2161 when Fallout 1 was.
It was roughly 86 years
59,
after Bombs.
Yeah, it was 59 years after this 59? One. After this.
After this, okay.
Yeah. But the neat thing is, all we've ever seen is a top-down, very grainy. You didn't see that it was a gray rock. That's all it was. Nobody's ever truly seen this world in 3D. So what's it going to be like? Now, I've heard a lot of people saying, well, it's going to be nuclear winter. But I actually did some research. If you watched, and I know you did because I showed it to you right before the podcast just to prep you.
Tied me down, made me watch it.
I made you watch a video. I did some research in the Fallout Bible. It says that the nuclear winter did not start until it would be 23 years after this game is set.
Okay.
So it's not nuclear winter when this game's going on.
This would mean the Masters in it again, just starting out, because Super Mutants just came around right around this time, didn't they?
The same year. In fact, this one is October 27th, right? Is what's on the date.
Yes.
27th. And we're going to talk about that date in a little bit. Hey, by the way, I see people jumping on. Y'all feel free to say something, chat us up, ask any questions. We'll answer you as best as possible. And also, you got to comment anyway to make sure that you are registered to win the free KingFanMan t-shirt. I wished I had mine on tonight, but I just got back in from taking care of my ailing mother. As I told y'all, that's where I've been all week, and I just came back in. It's so good to be back at the King's Corner. Yeah, talk to us on chat. But this is the interesting thing. Now, the Master, which is Richard Gray, he is the main enemy from Fallout 1. Of course, he's on the East Coast, so we may not see him, but I know we're going to hear of him because November the 11th, I think. It's the 1st of November. It's
2 days after.
Yeah, he transformed his first human into a super mutant. So, I mean, that is going on while this game is taking place. Isn't that awesome?
That I wonder what the main enemy in the game is going to be. Because Super Mutants has always been the default with Bethesda and Obsidian. They were always kind of the default main enemies. Them and Raiders. They've always been just the fill-in.
Well, remember, you have hundreds of occupants from this vault that have left 5 years before you have.
That's true.
So some of them probably going to be mean and ugly out there. Some of them will probably
Uglier.
Well, some of them will be irradiated. Some may be turning into ghouls. They're just those. What are there? 500?
500 occupants in vault.
500 occupants other than you, or maybe you're one of that 500. But everybody else has gone out in the wastes. And I wonder if our chat's working. Last time we were getting chats all over. I hope I didn't disable it. Somebody say something so I know the chat's working. What was I saying? So the people are going to be out there, obviously. Yeah, there we go.
Vault A7 has been making Super Mutants as early as 2078.
2078. Yeah, absolutely. And the master himself is already making Super Mutants in the very very next few days after this game starts. So I know we're going to hear about the master. It's been rumored that Harold is going to be in it. He's the tree from Fallout 3. He was also in Fallout 1 and Fallout 2.
Wasn't the Institute made shortly after this game?
Yeah, in the 20s. In 25, I think, 21, 25, somewhere in there. It's in my video today, or that I made yesterday. Go back and look at it. It's got, by the way, if y'all, and I'm not plugging my own video, but I guess I am.
Says as he plugs
if you want to learn the lore, the background on Fallout 76. Now, I've seen some good ones. Oxhorn has a real good one. Camel has a couple of good ones, but there's not one video that I've seen that goes into everything that I go into. It's called Deep Into Vault 76. Look it up after the live. Don't leave the live cast, but after the KingsCast, look it up and you'll learn a lot about the lore of what's going on. And that's kind of what we're talking about right now. I know we got people jumping in. This game excites me. The time period of Fallout 76 really excites me because, as I was saying before, it was weighing a little thin on me 210 years after the bombs. You would think society would be
built up just a little bit.
And of course, obviously, we know
a little more green.
The Institute was built up and all that, but who cares about 210 years now? We are going 25 years after the bombs, and that is exciting to me. That's very, very exciting to me. So I was talking about the master from Fallout 1. He is already very active. He's already been experimenting on animals.
Hasn't he started mutating at that point?
Oh, he's fully mutated. I mean, he is wildly mutated already in 2102. And in 2102, in November of 2102, and of course the date on the Pip-Boy said October. So in November of 2102, he changes his first person into a super mutant, and he begins actually gathering people from all over the United States to make his super mutant army within Fallout 1. So,
which is a way better army than the irradiated elephants.
Yeah, and I can't see that name, but whoever just commented was talking about Vault 87 has been making super mutants as early as 2078, which is a good point. And we don't know what's going on the West Coast. That's all East Coast stuff. So we could run into literally anything in West Virginia. Now, it is going to be in West Virginia, number one, because of the song. Almost heaven.
Oh gosh, not again.
West Virginia. I love that song. I sing it all the time because it's in my head. But remember also that the computer in Fallout 3 talks about Vault 76 being a DC. I'm talking about, you'll see this, but the tip of West Virginia, DC is about right here, and the tip of West Virginia, I mean, just goes almost to it. So it is a DC area vault. And of course, it's the vault that is celebrating the Tricentennial, which is the 300-year anniversary of us declaring our independence from Britain. I say us because I'm sitting in America, but some of our viewers aren't. Excuse me to our British viewers. I'm sorry.
Insert other country here.
Well, especially our British viewers, because they may be upset about that. No. So what excites you?
comment.
No comment. What excites you about the new Fallout 76? Y'all tell us what excites you, and if you got any questions about it. Really, I haven't talked much about the leaks, but there's so many leaks and so many rumors going on out there, and some of them are super exciting coming in now. Most of the multiplayer leaks that came out at the first, people have really been pulling back on. It appears it's not going to be an MMO, which is great news for me. If it's an MMO, I would be deflated. I really would. And I'm just telling you personally, I just don't care for MMOs. I've tried to play ESO. If we have any people on here that play ESO, tell me, and I would love for you to walk me through ESO so I could enjoy it more. I love the worlds. I love seeing the worlds, but the play MMOs just don't
suit your fancy.
They just don't suit my fancy at all. But I don't think this is going to be an MMO. I really don't.
I like the possibilities that could come with this game. First, it being at least a co-op game, from what we're hearing. I hope a whole new dynamic.
I hope it's local. I hope you can play it locally co-op. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Same couch.
Same couch. Yeah, that would be my choice.
That I think would be the best way to do it. But
now remember that you remember the board game sitting on the table?
Mm-hmm.
It says up to 5 players. Have you noticed that? And that was a brand new board game made for Fallout 76. We've not seen it in any other Fallout. Yeah, you need to start reading.
Josh says, I hope the open world is a bit bigger than Fallout 4. And Angel Martinez, same, catch up. And Dom says it's going to be a standard Fallout story-based game, but it'll have the side optional co-op mode.
Now, that sounds awesome. That is exactly what I want. Hey, good to have Dom with us. Dom, do you know if they're saying if it's going to be a local co-op game? In other words, same house, same controller, or not controller, but same unit, or is it going to be like internet co-op, or both maybe? By the way, good to see everybody jumping in. So glad y'all are here.
Omnivore.
Now remember, you can read that for just a second. Remember what Todd Howard said. He did say that the next games were bigger than anything they've ever done before. So the one was commenting about this being a big world. I think it is going to be bigger than Fallout 4 if we go by what Todd Howard said.
Just because a map is bigger doesn't mean the game's bigger.
That's true. That's true.
Because No Man's Sky has the biggest map of any game, and it's one of the emptiest games ever made. But Omnivore says he thinks 76 is going to be good, just like how New Vegas expand on Fallout 3. This one might expand on Fallout 4 in the same way. Same assets, so more time to focus on story and other stuff. Angel says it would have internet co-op. Dom says, I think it'll be like Far Cry. And their stuff is them talking to each other.
Borderlands style, yep. I heard somebody talking about Borderlands style today, and that's fine with me as well. Especially since you still got the single player aspect to it as well. That I hate to be a fanboy and really get hyped up.
FanMan,
I know, and get hyped up. But I mean, it's really exciting me to be one of the best Fallouts ever. I love the time period. The time period is so exciting. So many things can be going on in that time period. If anything good is said, let me know, because I can't see it from here. That's why I got the Wolfman here so he can read everything to me. The other night when everything was coming in, it was crazy.
Well, if you meet the U.S. president in the game.
That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty good. It would be huge.
Absolutely.
Huge. He does a good President Trump. I heard somebody talking today about the Enclave. Now, we know the main Enclave that we see later on, that they're not widespread. But again, we don't know anything about the West Coast during that time. That's what makes it just wide open. Make Fallout great again.
Will says Pete Hines said E3 will be 110% related to Skyrim when someone asked him.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Omnivore says, I'd like to see Harper's Ferry, maybe some kind of slave revolt thing there.
That's a good point, Dom. I just read what Dom said. Bethesda is so confident in this game, they're making a documentary going behind the scenes. And by the way, we're going to get to see that very soon. I think one is June the 5th is the one on Bethesda, and then June the 12th which is 2 days after.
Of course,
the
this is the year
conference.
I'm gone on my birthday.
You're about to
year.
You're about to go to camp, aren't you? I cannot wait to see that. And yeah, Pete Hines has been very confident on YouTube and Instagram. Somebody said the other day, one thing was, "Is this all y'all got to show?" And he said, "Far from it," which is exciting. I really still think Starfield's coming, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's stay on.
Didn't they?
Fallout 76.
Didn't Amazon put Fallout 76 in August 1st as its placeholder?
Yeah, it's now been changed to 2019, so we don't know. This is my thoughts on that. There's a lot of ideas that this game's either coming out in July or August. I put out a video today saying that I thought Bethesda was teasing October the 27th, since that was the date on the Pip-Boy. Now, I've had a lot of time to think about it. This is what I really think is going on. Either they're going to release Fallout 76 on October the 27th, which is a normal cycle for Bethesda, being in the fall. If Fallout 76 is their main game, I believe they're going to put it out then. That would be a very big nod to Fallout 3, because that was the date that the main date for Fallout 3 was October 28th. Now, that cannot be a coincidence. That date on the Pip-Boy is October 27th. The first early copies of Fallout 3 started on October 27th. Mm-hmm. That cannot be a coincidence. Or the other possibility is, if Starfield is still coming, or if they've got another IP that's big that's coming, then they Toaster Edition. They could release.
Spin on everything else.
They could release Fallout in the fall as a smaller title, and then Starfield in October or November, which they could do that then on October 27th. So, I know y'all probably all saw the sign in Los Angeles right outside of E3 where Bethesda is promoting Fallout 76. It's the three big buildings where they had the Skyrim Man in 2011. It's a vault door. It's got 2 Vault Boys, which, indicates multiplayer co-op.
Man, I'm glad you said. I was about to say Pip Boys. I was about to get
this is the thing. And I hear everybody seeing this. And this cannot, Bethesda is either trolling us terribly or they're teasing again, and Bethesda loves to tease their stuff. There looks like to be stars in the back of the vault behind the middle Vault Boy. Now, come on. There are not stars. They're not little white dots in a vault. So what are they teasing? Are they teasing Starfield? Okay, get me caught up on what's going on. Any ones that are questions for us, let me know.
Well, one's a statement. If you put Elder Scrolls in the title of the stream, it'll get more viewers.
Yeah.
Starfield is next Fallout 3 and New Vegas remastered. Yesterday at work, we spent all our breaks trying to figure out how VATS would work on multiplayer. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too, and I saw that.
Okay, Dom, you talked about Eric Todd. Is that that's not the radio announcer.
Randos.
From Fallout 3.
Crap. Is it? No, that don't sound right.
Dom, who is Eric Todd? I've gone blank. Is that Three Dog? Or is that somebody else? Yeah, Three Dog. He's in it. I was just talking to him on Twitter the other day. I didn't know he was in it. That is awesome. That is incredible.
That's great. Just got 10 times better.
Yeah.
Don't care what the game is. It just got better.
There are going to be a lot of references to Fallout 3 in this. Have y'all noticed?
It's the 10th anniversary. If they're not doing the remaster, at least
And I think there will be a remaster.
I'm still hoping for a Switch port.
Okay, another thing, and I haven't reported on this, but I did see at least one of the Bethesda guys talking about it. Did y'all see on Steam they have put 2 updates on Fallout 3? You know how they do that before a DLC comes out or something?
Mm-hmm.
On Steam, if you look, in the last 20 days, they put 2 blank things that they haven't named yet on Fallout 3. Well, is that the remaster that's coming? Is that like the texture pack and all that they put on them?
I don't know, but the best toy of all time, Snake Eyes, said, "What if the Vault Boys are walking into a spaceship on the poster?"
Well, it could be a Fallout Starfield. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what the
Fallout 3
updates are.
Remaster and New Vegas.
Oh, that'd be awesome too. But I was saying there's going to be so many nods to Fallout 3 in this. One, Harold's been mentioned that he's going to be in it. You know, the tree guy.
Also makes it a lot better.
Yeah,
I love Harold. Harold's awesome.
I like Harold.
Oh, here, let me get back
I've already talked about the date on the Pip-Boy is actually the day that Fallout 3, the first copies of Fallout 3 went out, October.
Pre-orders or what?
It just said the early copies because the main day was October 28th when the release date for Fallout 3. But the early copies went out, whatever early copies were, on October 27th, and that's what you have on the Pip-Boy. That's not a coincidence. Again,
it's a nod at least.
It's a nod at least.
It's got to be something else, I'm sure. I'm writing predictions for E3, which will be out in a couple of days. I want to see how things pan out.
Absolutely. I should say again, Dom, again, thanks for being on here. Great Bethesda guy. One of my Bethesda brothers, I call him, is on here. Wonderful content. And I know some of y'all last time said y'all went and subscribed to him after you saw him on here. I appreciate you being on here. He is very knowledgeable. So y'all shoot some questions. Either me or Wolfman or him can answer you. Thanks, Dom.
Probably one of them two before me. I stutter too much.
Okay, let's get to, and I know we're not done with Fallout 76, but what do you think about Starfield? What do y'all think about Starfield? Is it still coming? Is it coming this year? Is it a new game? Are they really teasing it? What's the deal with Starfield?
Well, I don't think it's a DLC anymore now with all the reference in the big poster has got me.
Starfield is coming. Yeah. I think it's coming too. I have never backed off that it's coming.
I held by my stance that I thought was a DLC, but I don't know anymore.
Dom, I know you're not going to give up your E3 predictions early. We'll have to wait to watch your video. But did you see the, and I can't believe I didn't include it in my video, the Bethesda employee that was responding to the Instagram about, wait and see about Fallout 76, 76, you won't be disappointed. That same person was talking to that Bethesda guy, and they said, I was really hoping for Starfield. And the Bethesda employee said, stay tuned, and put a smiley face.
Okay, I gotta say,
he's going to be in trouble.
This is my ideal E3. Manos put this, and I hope this is how it happens.
Okay.
Picture this. E3, Todd goes on stage, starts talking about Fallout 76, finishes. And he goes, oh, I almost forgot. We also made another game. Boom.
Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good.
That's great.
As I said before, and again, I don't want Dom to reveal everything he's got, but Dom, what did you think about my idea that if Fallout 76 is released this summer, like it's kind of being teased, then they've got something else major coming out in the fall. They didn't want them to compete. Now, I don't know which it is. I don't know if. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out.
No, I don't think Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out. I was talking about Starfield.
Granted, we said that about another Fallout game coming out, but look at us now. So I mean,
yeah, I
watch next year. It's going to happen.
I cannot say I predicted a Fallout 76. That would have been the last thing I would have come up with. We just watched a video, and I know this is rumors and things, but. A couple of the characters have already been talked about that's going to be in Fallout 76. One is a army guy that's got irradiated elephants. Now, if that don't sound wild.
I'm ready for the art book for this game. I got for Fallout 4 the hardback art book. I'm ready for it for this game. Absolutely. I just want to look through I want to see what the concepts of an irradiated elephant looks like.
Speaking of the song that I can't get out of my head,
of course,
that I love, and Dom, you missed it. I already sang it on the podcast here. Dom actually recorded a cover of it, and he's got it out. You got to look it up. He did awesome.
I'll watch it after this.
He's a great singer. It was very good.
I'm with you, man.
Tell me what factions y'all think are going to be in this, because again, super mutants are at least not going to be a major part of this, unless Bethesda comes up with a way to get them on the West Coast early.
Who? I'm sorry, I was thinking.
I said super mutants are not going to be in this, or they're not going to be a major thing because they've just begun on the East Coast, and we already went through that a little bit. That Richard Gray, the Master, just begins mutating people in November of that same year.
Maybe through the storyline, you get increased encounters with super mutants.
Well, another thing, the Enclave, as we know, is not a major thing yet. So who's going to be the factions? Now, it's been rumored that there's going to be 6 major factions. 3?
6?
Yeah, 3 major ones.
Oh, okay, 6 overall.
Well, kind of like the Atom Cats.
Yeah,
gotcha. And I believe, I don't know if Dom just said it.
Vault Tech is a faction.
I do believe we're going to see a lot from Vault Tech this time.
You know how Mr. House is a faction of his own? What if it was in your video, the supercomputer, the RoboBrain computer that runs the vault. What if he's a faction in the game? You just side with him.
I was going to save that for just a minute.
Well, I'm sorry I ruined your fun.
Y'all stand by. We're about to talk that there is believe it or not, there is a RoboBrain that is in charge of Vault 76.
One of 2 in the country.
In the whole country, yeah.
Wait, how many vaults are there in the country that we know
of? There's 100 and...
Well, what's the highest number vault?
Gosh, I know. Oh, I don't know about that because they're numbered odd. But please stand by. You can look it up. I know it's 100 and something. There's 100 and something. Anyway, there are 17 control vaults, meaning there are 17 vaults scattered around the country.
That are just what the marketing says.
Yeah, that don't have experiments in them. But only 2 of them have a RoboBrain or a Robo something. It's called isn't it called RoboBrain?
It's a RoboBrain.
Anyway, I need to write this stuff down because I go blank. It's only one of 2 vaults that have a RoboBrain controlling the vault, meaning controlling probably the door and everything. That sounds like there's going to be some quests about that RoboBrain.
If there is not an Ed 209 reference, I'm going to be mad.
Yeah,
or a Space Odyssey reference.
But back to what somebody said, I do believe you're going to have to keep me up. I see a Donald Trump.
Well, Vault Tech is faction, kind of like the Institute, and for reasons they didn't appear in all the Airfault games because player destroys them on 76.
Well, I do believe that Vault Tech, we are going to, Brain Power. Thank you, Brain Power 4. You probably went back and looked at my video. I did it, and I can't even remember.
It's about how my math homework goes.
Being only 25 years after the bombs dropped, I do believe we're going to get to see from Vault Tech, get to see at least some of the main people. You did? Some of the main ones from Vault Tech. That'll be interesting because we've never encountered that before. And I do believe out of those 6 factions, there's going to be some very unique ones we've never seen before. And that's exciting to me. Did I miss any more?
Here, I'll read the one. Donald Trump in the Fallout universe, what if they crowd freeze him like Mr. House and becomes a leader that leads something like the Enclave or Brotherhood of Steel? That'd be funny. 76 has geothermal power as its main power source and nuclear as only a second top quality stuff. I did read an article that they thought that Vault 76 was loosely based on a real live vault that was made in the Washington, D.C. area for the very high up senators. During Cold War era.
Yes, during the Cold War era, yeah.
76, read that one. Let's kidnap Todd until he tells us. ESO6 release date. Well, all I'll say is I don't want to name my source because it could get him into trouble, but Eric Todd, WMS 3 Dog is a part of Bethesda's next title.
Oh, wow.
The next main enemy will be radiation. I'm so sad we won't experience it.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Don, but I won't tell anybody. And all the people that watch this, I'm sure they won't tell anybody.
I've forgotten twice, and I remembered twice, and now I forgot what I was going to say again. Just start talking, then I'm going to just
that's right. Hey, y'all could tell us any secrets. We would forget it by the time we're done anyway.
It's like my math homework, y'all.
Can somebody explain the color TV? You know what? I have no idea. Normally, I have an answer for things. Even if it's wrong, I make it sound good, but I have no clue.
Well,
In every other Fallout, it's been black and white, but wasn't Three Dog Nazir from Skyrim?
I think so. I think he was.
Yes, Eric in Skyrim.
Yeah, I think
he's
he was
awesome.
Nazir in Skyrim.
Was he Nazir? I didn't know that.
I think he was.
See, y'all are. That's awesome. I didn't know that. Now I love him in Fallout 3. He is incredible in Fallout 3. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
That's awesome. What was I saying? It was important.
I know, right? I've had two things I want to talk about, but I keep forgetting because I read the chat.
We're used to doing this without chat, so
I know. Usually I can write stuff down or whatever, but
yeah, you got to lean back in so they can see you.
Yeah, sorry.
Would you quit hitting that? The camera goes.
Sorry.
It probably does that. It probably does that enough. Back to what I was talking about, the factions. There's going to be 6 factions.
Oh, I remember what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I knew it. I knew you'd remember.
Thank you. So
while you're talking, I'll read.
Since Fallout 4 had the pre-war stuff, just a little bit
the color
of it.
TV.
Since it had just a little bit of it, and this is only 20 years after, do you think we'll have like a Fallout 3 thing where it goes through the life of the dude in the 20 years of the vault, a little bit before the bombs dropped, and then during the vault? You think we'll have any of that, or you think it'll just
whether it'll be like a, how normally Fallout has a cutscene right at the first?
Well, I want it to be like Fallout 3 where it goes like little flashes through the life in the vault.
That could be like when you're in Fallout 3, you're a baby, and that was pretty neat.
Who's your dad, Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, let's have him in it again.
Absolutely. Okay, back to the color TV. That's what we were talking about. The idea I have about the color TV is if this was obviously a very special vault. It was a control vault, meaning there were no experiments done in it, and it is only one of 2 that had this special robo brain or whatever it was in charge of the vault. So it was obviously a very important vault, probably for some very important people. Being in the Washington, D.C. area, probably some high ups in the American government. So if anybody was going to have the best stuff, meaning the first color TV, it was that's my only idea.
There's a color TV because Todd wills it so. There.
Okay, I've been at work. What's this about an elephant? Okay, there is supposed to be a guy that you can side with that can be a follower.
A captain in the army.
Yeah, he wasn't in the army, and he saved some elephants from a zoo. Now they are irradiated elephants, but he calls them his elephant army. Now that's where the elephants come in, Dom.
I really hope he has a stupid name like the Antagonizer or the Mechanist. Please, I don't want him just be called, I don't know.
For the elephants? Yeah.
I just hope he has a funny name. I really do.
Death Elephant Claws.
Death Tusks.
Death Tusks.
Verse 1, Death Trunks.
Why does it have... Well, I like that. Yeah. Why does it have to be death, though?
Death Claw. Gary Claw. I don't know. I was trying something.
Okay.
Fine. What would you call it? Ghoulefant?
Did that help you, Dom, with the elephants? That's all I know about the elephants. It's a rumor about a leak came out that there are 2 characters, or 2 characters were leaked from it, and one of them was this army captain that had these irradiated elephants.
Since it's only 20 years after the war, do you think they're going to
How about the terrible tusks?
That sounds more like a like Adam Cat kind of thing instead of like what you call one guy in his...
Do you think there's going to be a group like the...
Well, there's always been side groups. The Tusks and...
Yeah, but...
Or not the Tusks, the Kings and...
The Tunnel Snakes. Do you think there's going to be a one of leather jacket wearing in West Virginia? Now,
the Rebels, I don't know.
Another one of the rumors is there's going to be some rednecks from...
Inbred
and
rednecks.
I know, I hate when they get... I mean, I'm a redneck, so, don't put down the rednecks. But that's probably going to be one of the factions or groups that you come across is the Moonshiners or something like that. Hey, y'all quit laughing or y'all laughing at me?
The Rebels.
The Rebels.
Well, isn't there a Confederacy faction in Fallout lore?
Well, now Virginia was part of the Confederacy.
No,
West Virginia wasn't.
No, I know, but isn't there an actual faction called the Confederacy?
Rednecks are people too. I'm a human being.
But no, isn't there?
I want the tunnel snakes. Going back to, I think there's going to be a lot of references to Fallout 3.
There has to be, with it being the 10-year
the Dixieland. Oh, you're right, Angel. The Dixieland. What is the South in the Fallout universe? It's the Dixieland wasteland, but it's the Dixieland something. It's not the Confederacy. It's the Dixieland.
I thought there were two, because one was Dixieland, then the other one said Confederacy, and I could have sworn.
That's in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay, I knew one was Confederacy.
Yeah, it's the Pennsylvania Confederacy, but we're talking about in the Fallout lore in the Fallout universe. These are in places that we've never been before. Now, the Dixieland is close to West Virginia, but it would be down into Virginia. West Virginia would be they're across the Mason-Dixon line. So
yeah,
so
they're yuppies.
They're yuppies. No, if y'all have seen pictures of West Virginia, if y'all have seen pictures of, I like you, Angel. If y'all have seen pictures of West Virginia, it's a beautiful country. Now, what it's going to be like after the bombs dropped, and only 25 years after the bombs dropped. A lot of y'all have jumped on since I said this. I want to give you something that I just brought out in a video. In the Fallout Bible, it says that the nuclear winter starts in 2125. So the nuclear winter does not start until way after this game is set. I think Juicehead or somebody was asking if it's going to be a nuclear winter, since it's right after the bombs. But according to the Fallout Bible,
you'd
it's
think
not
it would
yet.
happen before 20 years. You'd think.
Hey, Chris Avalon said it starts in 2125, so it has to start in 2125.
Angel says, I think we would meet the Master. I think so too.
We're either going to meet the Master or hear about him, because he is super active during this time.
It might just be my glass, but Manos. I can't say words.
Manos.
Yeah, sure. Since the vault was supposed to open,
don't pronounce things right.
Since the vault was supposed to open in 2097, and you go out on 1102,
2102.
Oh, I see two
typo.
Sorry. I bet some of the vault dwellers already went out and started doing their thing in the wasteland.
Oh, absolutely! You're going to run.
You're the only one in the vault, aren't you? Because
you're the only one we see, and
there's 5 years after the Reclamation Day,
right?
Am I saying that right?
Yes, the Reclamation Day. Yeah, according to the computer in Fallout 3, the occupants were supposed to stay in the vault for 20 years, and it's now, according to his pit boy, 25 years after. So he's been there 5 years, and there is a award in the cabinet called the Isolation Award. So he's obviously been alone for 5 years.
He's a loner.
So as we were saying earlier, there's probably already ghouls. Now, out of those 500 occupants, some of them's probably already gone crazy. Obviously, some of them are mean and gone into being a bandit.
Abandoned.
Bandit.
Oh, bandit.
Bandit.
I thought you were saying he was being abandoned. Sorry. I have to apologize for my comment on the videos the other day. I've had bad day, and they're worse, I got to be honest. What's with Vault 76?
Well, hey, you don't have to apologize at all. Vault 7, hey, this game is exciting me more and more. And I'm not just giving y'all hype. I've done a lot of research on it, and it's really got me excited. I think the time period is what's gotten me excited more than anything. Being able to see a whole new world.
I think a
whole new world.
Gosh. This is more I've heard you sung than I don't know when. Shush. I passed English, okay? But I think this is the best.
Thank you, Angel. I made a decision on the leaks. Now, I want to be very honest. I like looking into leaks just like everybody else does. They're exciting, but they have let me down so many times. You just cannot trust them. And if you're going to be a reporter, I mean, you can. I know most of the other guys say take this with a grain of salt, and that's fine. You know, if you want to report on it, that's fine. But most of the time, they're nothing more than made up. And this is my problem. The more we give them attention, the more their fake leaks are going to happen. So I just leave them alone. And what I've found is if you'll just watch Bethesda loves to tease stuff. They are.
I hadn't noticed.
They're just a tease now. But like they teased the Wolfenstein, the new Colossus, a year before it happened. Do you remember that?
Yes.
You can catch up in a minute. Pay attention to me.
Sorry.
No, if you'll just look into Bethesda, like the sign with the stars behind it, like the Pip-Boy having the date, all those things mean something. What's Dom saying?
In Vault 76, Vault 76 been mentioned in both Fallout 3 and 4, and Vault 76 officially opened its doors 20 years after the bombs fell, and the game is set 25 years later.
Yes, correct.
It was mentioned in 4? Or was it was it the Institute?
No, the anchor on the TV is talking about it at the very first of the game.
I'm sorry.
Did we know to pay attention to that? He talks about it being the tricentennial vault, and it talks about...
Hey, some people know that stuff by heart. They'll know anything about any of the vaults. My thoughts, if the vault was abandoned for 5 years, why does it still look so nice? You would think that scavengers, wildlife, and elements would have caused havoc. The balloons would. Well, since it's run by a robo brain mind, they might shut the doors after.
But he makes a good point, and I've thought about that. I've just not mentioned it. Why are those balloons still inflated if the party took place 5 years ago?
Why is there still confetti on the floor?
Well, obviously, because you didn't clean up. I mean,
after 5, okay, you did think at least it was scooted to the side after walking for 5 years.
But if you're the only one there, are you really going to clean up after 500 people?
Yes, you would.
His little room was cleaned up.
Oh, that's true.
No, it wasn't. The bed wasn't even.
There's no one in the trailer except for the one guy gearing up to leave.
That's true.
After the fighting is over and the Fallout has settled, you must rebuild.
Yep,
I heard Fallout 76 is going to be a Pokemon spin-off train car game. What?
Another leak. We got a leak. Hey, who
New insider.
Jimmy
Face.
Jimmy Face, you just broke news right there. It's going to be all over YouTube now that Fallout 76 is a Pokemon game. Thank you for that leak.
Man, 4 Pokemon games coming in 2 years. I'm telling you. Dang. He got tired and then fights the Robo Brain and blows up the vault with the brain. That sounds like a very Fallout thing to do. So I mean,
no, obviously you were talking about the first of the game.
Well,
and we're probably going to see some of that. If you remember, go back to when the reveal. Have you watched the Fallout 4 reveal lately?
I haven't watched it. I watched it a few months ago.
Well, believe it or not, I watched it again just the other day. And if y'all will go back on YouTube, you can find it
after this is over.
Yeah, go back and watch the 2015 E3 where Todd's talking about Fallout 4, and it'll give you probably a little bit of how they're going to handle this game. You actually go through the whole first of the game, and he shows you that you see pre-war, all of that stuff. I believe at E3 we're going to get a lot of answers as to why you're still in the vault.
I hope there's
what's going on with the other 500 occupants.
Focus on the pre-war in this game, since it's so close. I hope there's flashbacks to pre-war or something, since he's one of the only one besides our character now.
Dom said he watched it the day before the Please Stand By came up. Yeah,
that's funny.
I think Pete Hines just teased that the billboard has something that they haven't announced yet. Well, of course it does. It has stars in the vault. It's got Starfield. Did Pete Hines just say that? If he did, would y'all please go look? Somebody, I know I'm asking y'all to turn me off for a minute. Go look and tell me if Pete Hines just said something.
Just open a new tab, if anything.
Yeah, I would love to know that. I can't read that name.
Which
Who said
one?
That? The one that said, I think Pete Hines just teased. The second to last one there.
Omnivore.
I would love to know if what Pete Hines said and who he said it to. That'd be awesome. Turn you off. Angel's a cool guy. Can you tell? He likes rednecks. They're people too. So I like it.
Red Lives Matter. Dom,
you were talking about Bethesda messing up the timeline. Can you elaborate on that? I know they kind of retcon some things at times. You need the lyrics to West Virginia? Well, I'll sing it for you if you want me to. Almost heaven.
Oh, gosh.
West
Thanks,
Virginia.
Angel. Appreciate it.
Mountain Mama. There you go. Take me home. I actually have been listening to the John Denver version again.
All day long.
The real Country Roads.
The one that got his award burned on stage.
Yeah, that did happen. Okay, Starfield. Let's talk about Starfield again because somebody just said it. In fact, do you have your phone or something? Can you look up? Can you look up P times?
I'll look. Yeah.
Here, you want to plug it in? I got a charger.
Did you know Bethesda's releasing a Skyrim port to Nintendo 64 this year? I'm telling you, it's great.
Somebody, and they may have been teasing. No. Okay, Dom can't find anything. Pete did say the other day, and I may have already told y'all this. Pete was responding to somebody, and I can't remember if it was on Twitter or Instagram. But he made a statement, and it's hard to tell which one he's talking about. But they were talking about the leaks, and somebody just asked. Okay, he linked it. Good.
Okay, so
Skyrim toilet. See, I told you I like Angel.
Skyrim toaster edition.
Somebody asked Pete if all these leaks were true. Okay, and they asked him if they have any more to show.
They're gonna need some flex tape with all the leaks coming out.
Yeah. And Pete made the statement, and the words he said was not even close. Now, is he talking about the leaks aren't even true, or is he talking about they've still got a lot more to show?
Hopefully both.
And again, the other Bethesda employee, now, again, these are not leaks. These are Bethesda employees saying this. There was a Bethesda employee on Instagram. Somebody told them, I really wanted Starfield instead of Fallout 76. And they said,
first off, what's wrong with you? Any day a new Fallout comes out is mostly a good day.
They said, stay tuned and put a smiley face.
Tune in to see what we've
actually been doing. Yeah, I knew Pete Hines did say that. And that's what we need to do. I mean, we're almost a week away now. And not only are we going to get the reveal, have you thought about this? Not only are we going to get the reveal on June 10th, on June 12th, we're going to get a behind the scenes documentary on Fallout 76.
How long do you think documentary is going to be then?
It'll probably be an hour, probably at least.
I hope so.
Have you seen the trailer or something?
No, I've been gone. I was without internet for a few days. I was at a friend's house.
Well, the first one comes out.
And then I'm be gone all next week without internet. So
the first one comes out very soon, and it's a history of Bethesda. It goes
Home Alone on the NES.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to, the beginning, like Daggerfall and Arena.
No, Home Alone on the NES. That was...
I know. It did mention Home Alone, and it did mention... Again, they don't talk about this much, but did y'all know the very first Madden game was made by Bethesda?
Remember, we're getting a mobile title as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, coming from Montreal. And again, is that going to be a Starfield mobile game? Is it going to be a Fallout mobile?
You know what I'd like just as a mobile game? I'd want like the Pip-Boy thing, but it's all the little mini games. Just the Pip-Boy versions of the mini games.
That would be like the Donkey Kong and the Pitfall and all those?
That would be... I would take that as...
That would be awesome.
That would be fine. I don't know if the Pip-Boy app did that, because I never was able to get it. It wouldn't download on my phone, so... That would be... I would be happy with that as the free game.
Hey, there's... I can't read names, but I remember your picture. Good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by today. We got a bunch jumping on now. I'm glad.
Don't want to be a party pooper or anything, but there's a chance Starfield is just a code name for something. Hey,
that's obviously, but it is another game. It's another IP, and they're teasing it like crazy.
I thought it was I still kind of think it's a DLC.
Dom, put your fingers in your ears, okay? Could it be Elder Scrolls 6?
There is no.
I know it's not. You've just got to hope and wish every once in a while.
Okay, just on a business.
Liberty Prime says, hurry up, E3. Hey, we're what? Is it a week from tomorrow? Or is it 2 weeks from tomorrow?
It's next Sunday.
So it's a week from tomorrow.
Not tomorrow, next Sunday.
For Prey. Yeah. Okay, you got to catch up. We got a bunch.
There's
Dom
more
again.
breaking news. Fallout 76 is going to be a spin-off of the Pokemon trading card game merged with the new WWE wrestling game. I would play that for Nintendo Switch only.
Hey, I made a really good trivia question answer.
They trademarked the DLC, not a code name. I read DLC, not code name.
That's a very good point. Absolutely. Yeah. I think Starfield is real. I think it's a real game, and I still think it's coming this year. And I have gone on record saying that. The app will be for Fallout 76, the mobile game, you think?
It's going to be a Dreamcast exclusive. The best Sega console. The best Sega console.
I honestly think, again, I'm going to go back to it. If Fallout 76, if it is true that Fallout 76 is coming in July or August, and I'm not saying that is true, okay?
Yeah.
But if it is true, that means a big game is still waiting to come out this fall, Starfield. And if Starfield's coming out, then the mobile game's obviously going to be based on the big game.
Lord Lime Dinosaur says they could announce the Elder Scrolls 6 name and location this year.
I agree, Angel. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
I was reading.
Liberty Prime, Nintendo announces Tetris Battle Royale. Oh, yes. Tetris is my game, man. I love Tetris. Fallout Shelter was really good.
I still play Fallout Shelter.
You have it on your computer, don't you? Or is it iPad?
I have it on my iPad and on my phone. And
I have it on Xbox. Did you know that?
Yeah, you can get it on Steam now on the computer.
I know you could for a while, but I didn't know about it until I was looking at the store, I think.
4:30 a.m. here in Greece. Yeah, it's very late here. It's like midnight.
Dang.
Isn't it midnight or 11:30 or something?
I'm just glad it's not tomorrow because I'm leaving at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. No matter what 76 is, I have a feeling it's not going to be good. It's been too soon since 4, so it's going to be rushed and buggy.
This is what I really believe about Fallout 76. I honestly think they've listened to the fans. I think this game is going to have excellent writing. I think it's going to have more player choice. It might even bring things like the skills and stuff back. I think it's going to be more of a...
See, I like the perk tree more, or the perk, how it was set in 4 more than New Vegas. But that's just because I got
you're a
into
newbie, yeah.
Well,
and that's why they've done it, because the newer players like that. Because it's harder. The skill stuff, it goes more in depth. It's harder to understand.
Granted, I played New Vegas in 3 when I was like 7.
It takes intelligence to understand those.
Yeah, that's why you're still struggling with it. So, what if
we
76 is rushed and Howard drops the Elder Scrolls 6 instead?
That would be nice too. But no, y'all don't get your hopes up for Elder Scrolls 6. ESO and Skyrim is still selling way too much.
If you can sell, how many times has Skyrim released now? 7 or 8? I think we counted 7.
I'm gonna say this again, and I'm gonna go on record, okay? And y'all know that I was kind of worried about Fallout 76 because of the multiplayer. I'm not a multiplayer fan, but the more I've researched, the more I've listened to what's going on. I'm just going on record right here. I believe that Fallout 76 is very possible. It's going to be the best Fallout game ever. Now I know that's stepping out there, but I really, really believe it.
Can the creation engine handle? It can handle at least one other person, can't? Because there are mods for Fallout New Vegas and that do co-op.
Now, it wouldn't do like a MMO. I don't think it would do like an MMO,
no.
But a co-op type. And if I had to guess, I think it's going to be up to 5 players because that, again, I'm going to go back to the trailer. The box game that's sitting, the board game that's sitting on the table that's upside down. Mm-hmm. Now, guys, think about it. Again, Bethesda don't do anything by chance, okay? They tease stuff all the time. You just got to watch it. They tease the Institute Fallout 3. That's right. They teased Fallout 76 at the very start of Fallout 4. You know they already had plans.
Well, it's been such a short time since Fallout 4 versus Fallout 4 and 3, though. So,
but listen, this board game, okay, everything else in the trailer we pretty much saw in Fallout 4, right? All the other board games up on the shelf. And I'm trying to think of the name of them, but they were in Fallout 4. But the board game that's sitting on the table is a brand new board game. And they put it upside down, okay? So they wanted you to research this stuff, kind of like the Isolation Award. They really want you to look, because they know we do it. They know we really look into this stuff. And on the side of that game, it says up to 5 players. Now, did they do that just by chance? Did they make this silly game just for the trailer and just said, we'll just put something on there? Or is it there on purpose? Is this going to be a co-op type game that you can play with up to 5 players? I think that's what it is. I think they're telling us what it is.
But there are 2 towels, as Angel says.
2
towels.
Oh, there's 2 of everything. And Dom was the one that brought that out. I did not notice. He did an amazing video on, and I'm talking about just Dom again. He did an amazing video. Y'all need to go watch it on the possibility of it being a co-op. He was the first one that I saw bring it out. In fact, he's the only one that I've seen that really pointed it out to this point.
Towelly confirmed.
Just go through that trailer and see all the things that are in pairs. The 2 chair, there's 2 sets of 2 chairs. You know, there's 2 instruments. There's just 2 of every. The 2 Vault Boys pointing at each other.
A set of 2 chairs or 2 sets of 2 chairs?
2 sets of 2 chairs. There's 2 sets of a pair. So you did an amazing job there, Dom, on that one. The 2 Vault Boys pointing at each other. I don't know how I missed that one. It's like, come on. But just like the advertisement now that's on the building, you've got 2 Vault Boys. So it may lean more towards.
I'm so used to that building being full, those 3, and just seeing it where just the far left one is empty. It's kind of
well. I don't know if they've got everything on it yet. They were still putting up stuff on it. The workers were still putting stuff on it. There are 2 of everything. Yes. I do want to mention this is something that I've not heard anybody talk about. Have y'all noticed all of the vehicles that are in the trailer? There's a Jeep. There's a motorcycle. Is
there a Jeep?
Yeah, Jeep? Right there by
the toy Jeep. Okay.
The toy Jeep. There's a motorcycle, a Jeep. I started counting, and there's like 5 or 6 vehicles, which is very odd.
Considering there's no working vehicles in, maybe in one of the Fallouts, but
now,
none of Bethesda's, I don't think.
Okay, what is coming out, we know, in 2019? Rage, right? Mm-hmm. It is a vehicle...
It's a Mad Max kind of game.
It's a vehicle heavy. Now, we know all the Bethesda studios work together. id helped Bethesda Game Studios with their gun mechanics for Fallout 4.
Thank the Lord they did.
Yeah, thank the good Lord he did. So, could it be a stretch to think that id and Avalanche helped Bethesda Game Studios put vehicles in Fallout 76? I do not know. I'm not giving y'all inside information. This is just me watching the trailer. Again, Bethesda teases everything. Always. They've always done it. All of those vehicles sitting around. Could it be that there's going to be at least some vehicles in Fallout 76? I really think there's going to be.
I hope there's not, though. I don't want a vehicle in Fallout.
Now, I don't think they're going to be everywhere. I don't think it's going to be a vehicle-centered thing, but it may be like a certain mission where you can get a vehicle and something like that. I think vehicles are going to make an appearance here. Would you catch me up? There's a bunch of...
all the vehicles in Fallout are nuclear-powered.
Don't miss any of them.
And so they could work in theory.
Mm-hmm.
They are vault vehicles. I think they aren't using vehicles due to the engine limitations.
Well, I do too. I know that's always been the reason, and Todd even talked about that. They're terrible at horses and they're terrible at other things. And we've talked about that.
Well, it's because it's all open except for certain areas and cities because it all has to load it so fast.
Yeah, and the worlds of theirs are so dense compared to others.
Especially with settlement building now, since it has to load so much of that.
So we've talked about that before, but listen, this is going to be an updated version of their creation engine. We already know that. And like I said, if Avalanche and id can make vehicles work amazingly in Rage 2, then is it a stretch to think that they came in and helped Bethesda be able to put vehicles in there? I think they're going to be there. I really do. Now I don't think they're going to be center stage. I think it's going to be a side type thing. But I believe we're going to have the ability to have a motorcycle.
Dom said he just noted he knows something recently that there are 2 people on the cover of the magazines under the TV. I didn't notice that one.
Yep.
I'm hyped. I might put myself into a coma. The graphics look good compared to Fallout 4.
Did we miss any up there? There was a bunch.
They already said the game.
That big one. The vehicles.
Yeah, using vehicles due to engine
due to
limitations.
the graphics.
Yeah.
But do y'all not think that it's possible, especially with an updated engine, and especially with 2 other studios that are working on a game presently that has vehicles? Surely they could have got help. Seeing that, and I love that about Bethesda, that all the studios work together. So I think y'all can just say KingFanMan said it if it's true. Now, if it's not true, then y'all forget about it. But if there's vehicles in there, y'all tell everybody KingFanMan said it first.
Here, I'm gonna ask you something that probably no one else has asked.
Mm-hmm.
What radio stations do you think they're gonna be? What kind of music?
Oh, that's cool. Well, being so soon after the bombs, there's going to be Can I ask a question to answer that question? And this one is one I really wanted to bring up tonight, and I'd forgotten.
Vault 76 radio.
Do y'all see we've already gone an hour? I'm not going to stop at an hour. We've got too many people comment. Are y'all if y'all are having fun, I'm going to keep going for a little while. Is that all right? Y'all are not ready to stop yet, are you? Y'all tell me if you're ready to stop. We can stop. The American folk music. I
love a little country station. I just hope there are more than like the 4 songs in GTA on the country station.
I think we're probably going to get a Washington station, don't you? Being so close to Washington, D.C. Okay, well, this was my point then.
Just no Johnny Guitar.
Okay, I've heard everybody talking about it's going to be in West Virginia, but nobody talking about what town it's going to be in. What town is it going to be in? If you look at a map,
what's the major towns in West Virginia? Because I have no idea.
Okay, if you look at a map, bring up a map.
Confederate radio.
Confederate radio. If you bring up a map of West Virginia, like I said earlier, the point of the northwest point of West Virginia, Washington D.C.'s here, and it comes. I mean, it curls right around to there, and there's a town with an S name there that's very close. Anyway, I believe it's going to be one of the towns that are very, very close to Washington, D.C. because it is said in that computer in Fallout 3 that it is a D.C. area vault. So it has to be in that part of West Virginia. And there's not that many towns there to choose from. Do you got it? Can I see it? Let me show you what I was talking about. Okay, see this point right here that goes that way? And I know y'all can't see what we're doing. Bring up one, put West Virginia and Washington, D.C. map, and it'll bring up both of them. I'm guessing it will be more out in the woods rather than, I think it will be a more rural. That's a hard word. Rural. I still can't say it.
Say Laurel with an R.
Rural.
Yeah.
Rural. Rural.
Well, you know, when you drive into Washington, D.C., we flew this time, but we went before. It's just a tree line. And then
Snake Eyes said he thinks we'll start in D.C. and then travel to West Virginia.
Oh, I forgot my favorite action figures in the chat.
There was a post on, in G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Is that where you get your name, Snake Eyes, from the G.I. Joe?
No, that or dice. It's one or the other.
Yeah, I know the dice means Snake Eyes. I was just wondering that. Nobody said they wanted to quit, so I guess we're going to keep going for a little bit.
There was a post. We hadn't even scratched the surface.
There was a post on Reddit. I know we hadn't gotten into anything that I was wanting to talk about yet.
Sheepherder's Town.
Okay. Oh, that is the map. That's the very map that I used. Can I take this? Shepherd's Town. That's the one I thought it was. Okay.
Sheepherder's.
I'm sorry. If I had to guess, y'all look at a map later. Yeah, G.I. Joe. It is Snake Eyes on G.I. Joe. If y'all had look at a map later of West Virginia, I'm predicting that it's going to be Shepherdstown, West Virginia. It's the biggest town right in there. There's Martinburg. There is a Winchester, but that's actually in Virginia. So the only major towns that are close to Washington, D.C.
Berkeley Springs is close.
Yeah, but it's very small. The only 2 cities are Martinburg and Shepherdstown, and they're very close, and Shepherdstown is larger. So you heard it here, folks. Shepherdstown, West Virginia. That's where it's going to be.
Liberty asked, how many retcons and lore breaks do you think there will be?
Well, actually, believe it or not, probably not hardly any, because
it's right at the start. So
I do want to know what Dom was talking about, the timeline. But remember, this is before any Fallout. So other than the Fallout Bible, where you can go
and terminals,
we don't have any information about this early on. We are 59 years before Fallout 1.
I hope there's some more communist missions like there were in Fallout 4.
Now, honestly, and we can talk about this for a minute, I don't mind a retcon if it's put in for a good reason. I understand these are video games. Now, I love lore, and I like that Trump leaked it.
Trump linked it would be set in
North Korea.
Rocket Man.
Little Rocket Man.
Is it Little Rocket Man?
Little Rocket Man. I love the lore, and I do love them to stick to what's right. However, like the power armor, I don't know if y'all like the change. I love the change that they made to the power armor. The power armor in Fallout 4 is so much better.
It fits 3. More what you would think of, because it's described as a tank you walk into, or a wearable tank. In Fallout 3 New Vegas, first off, it was hard to get, but granted, I was younger when I started playing it, so it's probably easier now. But you just look as tough as a dude in leather armor or whatnot. So,
well, the helmet's cool, but the rest of the armor, yeah, it's
the helmet is a paint can with a respirator on it. Okay, it's not much cooler.
Now, I did like in Fallout 3 where you had to have training.
And New Vegas. New Vegas does it too. You have to go to the Hidden Valley.
Yeah,
that's where the only Brotherhood is. Oh, sorry, I meant they most likely pushed back the day the vault opened. Instead of 20 years, 25, so it's halfway into Fallout 1.
Gotcha. Back to the question about the lore breaks and the retcons. I don't believe they're going to have many, like I said, because this is so early. It's 59 years before Fallout 1. There's really not much they can step on. Now, like the super mutants being made by the Institute, that one didn't bother me at all. That seems feasible. Some people just got up in arms that, there shouldn't be super mutants in Boston. Well, nobody knows what's going on the West Coast. Why is it okay for...
It's still East Coast, Dad.
East Coast. Why is it... No, it's West Coast. East Coast. I'm sorry. I'm backwards. Yeah. I just got dyslexic on my coast. Why is it okay for Interplay to write something and it's not okay for Bethesda to write something? We don't know what's going on the East Coast, so why is it not okay for the Institute to have that? So I don't think that was a problem at all.
2 things on power armor. Angel asked, "What's your favorite power armor?" And then
51.
Backhander says Fallout 3 was more like Knight's armor. So,
right. Yeah.
Which it was, but
in Fallout 4, my favorite power armor is the 51 T51. I love the shape of the helmet. I love the shape of I just like it best.
I like the green Vim power armor, but my favorite is the Overboss power armor.
Now the Vims are all 51, aren't they?
Yeah, Vims are all 51.
Yeah, there's a lot of special.
I don't like the red Vim. I don't like red Vim personally.
I like the Nuka-Cola one. I like the Vim one. I wasn't very much on the EXO one. I like the T60. I like the T45, and I like the T51. But the T51 is my favorite. What's your favorite?
Darth
Raver. Darth Raver. Where have you been? We're almost done here. Well, we ain't almost done. We're going to go about 15, 20 more minutes. But where have you been? You missed it. You missed everything good. I want to know, and I hate to do this, I want to know if the guy I met at Target is on here tonight. y'all going to find this funny. I had to run by Target to get a...
Don't embarrass the poor dude if he's here.
I know. He probably won't admit it. I had to run by Target to get a picture frame for my Elvis. I got a picture of Elvis and the president back here, which is perfect for the King's Corner. But anyway, I had to get a frame for it. And I was hurrying, and he could tell I was hurrying. He said, "You got big plans?" And I said, "I got to get home so I can do a podcast." And he said, "Oh, what are you doing a podcast on?" And I said, "Bethesda video games." And y'all, he literally dropped, or he threw down what he was doing. Now he's checking me out. Okay. He threw down stuff.
I wish I could have been there. I really do.
There's people standing in line, and he runs to the other cash register to get a pen. And he tears off a receipt and says, write down where you're going to be. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. And I said, "Well, I guess you like Bethesda video games." and me and him started talking about Fallout 76. So
probably made some poor old lady miss her doctor's appointment or something, just making her sit there.
I know it. So if he got off work, he was going to join us, but I don't know.
Yes, he did really die on the throne.
No, he didn't. He died on the floor. He fell off the throne.
Close enough. It's like horseshoes, okay?
Yes, he did, but y'all don't talk bad about Elvis. Now, come on.
Hey, the king died on the throne, man.
I know it. Okay. Y'all asked about power armor. What's y'all's favorite power armor? Now, I do love, what is the, and I should know this being a Bethesda guy, what is the power armor that's always shown on Fallout 2's cover?
XO1.
Is that the XO1?
It's on, I don't know if it's XO1, but it's XO2, I think.
I was about to say it's the special Enclave, and I know the Enclave's the one that designed the XO1. That helmet's pretty wicked looking. You got to admit.
It's really good.
Guys, if we miss one of y'all's comments, just say it again, okay? Because
XO2. I was right.
XO2. Okay. Angel, you like T-51?
Ooh, we could see the Outcast. They did.
Oh, yeah. That is a good point, Dom. Due to people leaving...
Well, we could see the start of
the war.
Wait, who started the Brotherhood? Who was it? Because was it Maxon's line who started it?
No.
Or who was it that started it?
The other one.
Crap.
The man and then the daughter. The one that died before Maxon.
I know.
So you shouldn't ask me these things in front of people. Well, I go blank.
There are 14 people. I'm sure one of them knows it.
T-45 is your favorite? Yeah, I like the T-45. It would probably be my second favorite. I like the TC. There you go, Lyons. Elder Lyons. Thank you,
Maxon
Angel.
started.
Who said Maxon started it? Did he?
Yeah, apparently. Okay,
the Outcasts were rebels of Lyons Brotherhood that Maxon started. That's what he's talking about. Not that he started the Brotherhood. That is a very good point. I wonder if we could see any of the Enclave, and I know before y'all get on to me about, I know what was going on with the Enclave during that time, but again, we have no clue what is going on the East Coast. That's what's so cool. And back to the Hellfire is cool. Yeah. I do not like the Creation Club Hellfire armor, and I don't mean to start anything with the Creation Club because some of their stuff looks really good. I like Eleanor's stuff, but do y'all know what I'm talking about? The Hellfire just does not look good on the Creation Club at all.
You're the one that bought it.
Can I bring up something about that since I mentioned the Creation Club?
Sure.
There is a leak, and this is the only place we'll talk about leaks. There is a leak that Bethesda is going to try to do away with free mods. I don't think that could be true. Surely that can't be true.
Not with how bad the Creation Club's doing.
Well, maybe that's probably why they're going to do it.
If they do it.
But do they not understand how...
That's what's kept Skyrim alive for all these years. That's what's kept New Vegas... Do they not
understand how important that's been to their popularity? If that's true, then some high up in ZeniMax made that decision. I bet you Todd
won't buy the game if they do. I'm on the fence, yeah.
It would very much upset me.
Do you think... Okay. I just thought of this. Mm-hmm. I know I'm going Switch crazy, but a lot of people are. Since it's supposedly a co-op game, okay, the Switch has 2 controllers built into it. Do you think it could be ported to Switch?
Well, it goes back to the same problem. If they cannot do Fallout 4 because of the building, this one's supposed to be pretty heavy into the building mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
So if they haven't been able to figure out how to put 4 on the Switch,
or maybe they just haven't done it because 76 is coming.
Maybe they're going to announce 4 on the Switch.
Maybe.
Here. There will be some Switch announcements.
Manos asked, how are mods going to work if the game has one player? Same way most online games work. I guess you have to have certain mods to play the game.
We'll see, and that's one of the things they're probably going to tell us, because this is a multiplayer game and because of security risks, we're not going to allow mods on this one. Now, that would be how it starts. And
a snowball effect.
I hope that is not true. I mean, I'm not going to boycott Bethesda or anything, but it's sure not going to make me happy. Because I'm not a huge modder. I mean, I've always modded and dabbled with it. I've always really wanted to make a mod. I wished I was smart enough to make a good one. I've made some very ugly mods. But modding is fun. Now, normally I do at least 1 full playthrough without mods. I don't know if you do that. Normally I play 2 or 3 or 4 times without mods, and then I go to mods.
The games I always gotten mods on, it was Skyrim and Fallout 4, because New Vegas, I was young and I never figured out how to do it, and I don't have it anymore on the computer. But
really, Steak Eyes, that's cool. He made a EMD.
Oh, really? Ooh, For which game? And if it's Fallout 4, is it on Xbox?
Go ahead.
Anyway, I played Skyrim 30, 40
I
times.
can't imagine playing one without mods either.
I played Skyrim 30 times before I got mods, and the only mods I got were I got unlimited or follower tweaks, which lets you have more than one follower, and I got an EMB mod, which changed the fire and the lights at night. Yeah, definitely not worth a shot.
You know, that's exactly what somebody was putting there, that they play the game without mods first and then with mods. I normally do about 3 or 4 playthroughs without mods, and then I go to mods and kind of just having fun.
He hasn't. You don't use any mods, really?
Do you play computer or console or both? We kind of do.
He
both.
Probably plays PS4. That's probably no. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a good reason not to use mods. I guess we can tell our story. We've always had PlayStations here. Now I do computer, but we also have PlayStation. But when all that happened with the mods with Fallout 4, we actually went and traded our PlayStations in and got Xboxes. So yeah, he's got PS4. But even with the all the mods on Xbox, and of course I'm on.
Here's the thing: they got all the exclusives. We got Sea of Thieves. That's about it. So they got the good stuff.
Xbox
PS4.
don't have anything as far as games go.
I want PC one day, but it's expensive.
They are very expensive. Yes, I don't. Well, mine's not super expensive. I've got a MSI laptop. I didn't go for the big home computer type, which has a lot more power than the laptop does. But I travel so much that that's the only way I can do it. So, and it really helps me because I can do the videos as well with the laptop. So.
Xbox is on its last legs. Sea of Thieves was supposed to be its saving grace for exclusives, but it's kind of it's Sea of Thieves.
They've got a few more exclusives coming out this year.
Yeah, I think they do.
But now, I mean, you think, but PlayStation's got the Last of Us 2 coming out this year.
What is it? What's the zombie game coming out for it for PS4?
Oh yeah. End of Days or something like that.
No, that don't sound right.
I know the one you're talking about. He's always running with the horde of zombies behind him. It looks cool.
Looks amazing.
It does look amazing.
There's that. They had Horizon. They have Tomb Raider. They Uncharted. Well, it's over now.
I hate to get off Bethesda for the last 15 minutes, but I want to talk about E3 just a little bit since it's right here at the doorstep, and there are so many amazing games. And quite honestly, I'm not going to have time. I'm going to be playing all the Bethesda games. I'm not going to have time to play so many that I would like. The vampire game that's about to come out looks very interesting to me. I've said that several times. I can't wait to play that. It's on Xbox, PS4, and computer. Vampire's the name of it, right?
I think so.
Okay. The Last of Us 2. I'm just going to name ones I'm interested in.
Okay.
And y'all can tell me if there's any games, whether they're Bethesda or not, that y'all are looking forward to seeing. The Last of Us 2, Anthem, even though I'm not big into...
It looked really good.
It does look good. I really want to...
agree.
Of course, I want to see Red Dead Redemption. I mean, that
was
that looks amazing.
The first one was.
Cyberpunk, I'm interested to see what in the world that is, because we've had the same little snippet of trailer for 5 years now. I would love to see more about Cyberpunk. Yeah, Assassin's Creed just got leaked. It's
about Spartan. I saw Spartan with it, so it's in Greece, isn't it?
Yeah. Now I'm not. He plays Assassin's Creed. I
haven't played much since 4.
There it is, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And they just it was leaked, and they said it was true. Correct? Wasn't that right?
Yeah.
The company came out and said
so.
It was true. The only one I've ever played extensively was Black Flag.
No, 2. You played 2 extensively.
You
never
right.
played Black Flag much.
I played it with you, is why.
Very.
I thought Black Flag was the best out of the ones that I've looked at.
It's the most open world. That's why
I enjoyed it. Let's see. What are some others that...
It's called Odyssey? What thought would be called Iliad first then?
No, it's Odyssey. What are some other games you're interested in?
Battlefield 5.
Are you interested in that Assassin's Creed?
I haven't watched much on it personally. I heard it came out, but if it's in Greece, I think I'd really like it.
Y'all are gonna think I'm being a Bethesda fanboy again, but I am so excited to see Rage 2. I cannot wait to play Rage 2.
I'm ready to see it. I'm scared. I loved the first Rage so much, but I know they can only really improve on it since it's been so long, and it wasn't the best game. It was a good game, but it wasn't.
There
the best
were parts of it, yeah. It ended way too soon. It
was a short game.
Yeah, it was very
I remembered,
short.
I think I finished in 2-3 days.
But there were just parts of it that were so memorable and so good. You know,
I love the
Mutant Bash TV was awesome.
Is that the place where you go in and
that's
it's
your favorite place? Yeah.
I love that place.
I hated it at first.
I love it.
It made me so nervous. I hate it. Don't let me miss anything good before we get off here. What other games are you interested in for E3?
Wait. What's Cyberpunk? I haven't heard nothing about Cyberpunk, but I haven't been watching a lot.
Who hasn't heard anything about Cyberpunk?
No, I haven't heard anything about Cyberpunk.
Yes, you have. CD Projekt Red's game.
Oh.
Okay, the maker of The Witcher, Witcher 3.
Okay.
They 5 years ago they gave a teaser trailer on Cyberpunk 2077, which is a futuristic RPG.
I wonder where they got the year. Sounds kind of
Fallout 2077. So that's what it is. That's all. I mean, we really don't know that much about it. There's a little bit about the lore. That seat is very loud.
It's older than I am.
Yeah.
So I mean, literally.
Any other games that you're? I know there's
Battlefield 5 is coming out.
It looks pretty good if you like that kind of stuff.
I'm ready to watch Nintendo's conference because I know they have a few things coming up. It's based on a board game. Okay.
Yes, it is an old board game. That's right. I remember that now.
But I want to see Nintendo's because they
Rage 2.
I know Wolfenstein 2 is coming to Switch. I know
all the lore's written down.
I know Wolfenstein 2 is coming. I know.
Are you gonna play it on the Switch?
Yeah, I think I'll be since it's portable. I think it'll be a lot better.
Wolfenstein is fun. I actually like the first one better than the new Colossus. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's Dark Souls Remastered is coming, which I'm really excited
Last of Us, yeah, Dawn. That's gonna be awesome.
I haven't been able to find the first Dark Souls anywhere. I can find 2 and 3 for a few bucks, but I can't find the first one anywhere. And I'm really excited to see what they come out with, just because they're letting so many more third parties come in on this thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm ready to see how far they're going to branch out and let people go.
Anyone hyped for what is it?
Where?
Right below Dom's there.
Anyone else hyped for Tropico 6 supposedly release?
I haven't heard of it. Now I should. Yeah, Wolfenstein 2 was all right. I wouldn't go that far to say it was terrible, but it sure wasn't as good as the first one to me. They changed the mechanics a lot. There was just a lot I didn't like about it compared to the first.
I'm going to steal this from Angel. 2018, the year I make my dad's wallet disappear.
That's true.
It's great.
Just with Bethesda games that are coming out. And, Dom was talking about The Last of Us 2. Dom, when are we going to have time to play? We've got to play the games for what we do for Bethesda. Of course, I want to anyway. But with all the games that Bethesda's putting out, I'm not going to have time to play anything else. Of course, I normally play only Bethesda games anyway, so it'll be all right.
I'll play it for you, and I'll tell you everything that happens. You take one, I'll take one.
But I'm going to play Vampire some. I'm going to play Anthem some. I'm going to play Red Dead Redemption some. I mean, there's just so many.
You know what I'd really like? It's bad that we don't have a PS4.
I know.
I'd really love an Infamous remake. The remake of the first.
Yeah,
Infamous.
That's been a long time since
I loved the Infamous games. I just played through the second one a few weeks ago.
See, I like the first one of that one too.
See, I like the second one, but I was always able to do that one easier than the first one. I like the story in the first one better, but I like the second one better for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why.
I like a lot about the first one better.
Don't mind us. We're just going off the rails. Topic.
Yeah, Rage 2. Well, but that's good. You think about it. If Fallout 76 is really coming out in July or August, and then Starfield in November, and then Rage 2 in the spring of 2019, I don't have time to play those 3. I mean, as much as I play a Fallout, I'm still playing Fallout 4. I really am. Makes you think Fallout dropping this year. Oh, yeah. Fallout will be this year, no doubt. It's either going to be, as they're talking about, the leak this summer. Again, if Starfield is coming, then Fallout will be this summer. If Fallout's their main game, then I believe it's going to be October 27th. And nobody else has said, I want to ask y'all before we quit, the date that's on the Pip-Boy. Dom, help me here. The date that's on the Pip-Boy, and I don't know if you've watched my video on this. It's October the 27th, 2102. And again, Fallout 3 came out on October the 27th or 28th, according to where you look, 2008, right?
Well, those 2 different versions, like the pre-orders came out 27th. Yep.
So that date has to mean something. There's something going to happen on October the 27th. Are we going to get a Fallout 3 remaster that day? Is Fallout 76 coming out that day? Is Starfield coming out that day? There's a reason that October 27th is there on that
October Fallout 3 or New Vegas remaster. July is Fallout 76 and Starfield November is what Angel says.
So yeah, I mean, if Starfield is coming, now I don't know if they're going to hold on to Starfield and really push Fallout. They might do that, okay? It's according to how big this Fallout is. If what I was saying was true, and this is mainly made by the Austin studio, which I know Maryland had a hand in it because they all work together.
Me too.
If it's a smaller game, even though any Fallout's huge, okay? But I mean, if it's not going to be the main one they're pushing, then they'll let Starfield come out. But see, they may want to really push this Fallout. As good as Fallout 4 did for them in sales, it sold more than Skyrim. It's the biggest game they've ever had sales-wise. So they may want to push this back to the fall.
That's hard thinking that after all the bad reviews it got after. You don't think of it that way.
Don't get me started
on
bad reviews.
Had to bring you down just a little bit.
Remember all the great reviews it got at the first, though.
Patty.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a near perfect game. Near perfect game. Well, do you got anything you want to say before we get off? I mean, as somebody said, we have barely scratched the surface into Fallout 76. I want to talk about this a little bit more. We've got one more podcast before E3, so we've got a little bit more time we can talk about Fallout 76. So y'all get your questions ready for us for next podcast, okay? Because I really want to dive in a little bit deeper. Y'all go back and watch the video I made, the deep dive into Vault 76. Go and watch some of Dom's videos, or all of Dom's videos, excuse me. Get your homework done so next week you can have some good questions and we can get a little bit deeper into Fallout 76. Is there any questions left that we need to?
Dom said that Bethesda can remake Fallout New Vegas because Obsidian. I thought they could still remake it because they own the name and still publish the game. So I thought they could still remake it.
But even if they could, I don't think they would.
It was before. It's the cult classic Fallout game. It's the one everyone loves.
Yes, but it's almost like the black sheep because Bethesda didn't make it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So Bethesda kind of ignores it a little bit.
Just a little
now,
bit.
I did say something earlier. I've said it on 2 podcasts. Nobody's really said anything. Did you know that Bethesda was the maker of the first Madden football game?
No, they weren't.
Yes.
You're kidding.
You're
telling me they made Home Alone on the NES and now they've made the first Madden game?
Yes. Y'all go look it up. It's not called Madden, but it was an NFL game. It was the first one that Madden's voice was on, and EA got it from Bethesda after that. Y'all go look it up. Yes. Very cool. Bethesda's awesome. Bethesda's everywhere. They made the first Madden game. Wow, how things would be different if they had Madden today instead of EA.
Less microtransactions.
We would have a Madden RPG. Wouldn't that be awesome? Is there anything you want to cover before we get off? Because we've gone an hour. Can you believe we've gone an hour and 30 minutes? Thank y'all for everybody that showed up. This is great. I love our podcast. I love it even more when we have it live like this and y'all can talk to us. Dom, I would love to have you on sometime. I might have to talk to you in private and you help me do the connections, but I'd love to have you on our podcast sometime so that they could hear you as well. So think about that. You don't have to give me an answer now, but love for you to come on sometime. Anything you want to cover before we get off here?
No, I think I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
You go to ROTC camp in the morning, don't you?
Is it tomorrow or is today Friday?
We're going to have to name him something else because all of this Wolfman hair is going to be gone. He's got to shave it for the ROTC camp.
Yeah.
Good deal, Dom. We'll message me later or in the next few days and we'll talk about it. I'd love to do that.
Well, are you good?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Well, guys, I want to thank y'all for stopping by the King's Corner.
Thank you.
It is so great to be back home. Y'all do say a prayer for my mom. She's not doing great, but thankfully she's doing a little bit better. So I was able to come home and see my son here before he leaves.
King, aren't you going to go live after E3, after Bethesda Showcase?
Absolutely. Yes,
we could
sir.
go live during, but I doubt we'd get many people.
We are definitely going to be live on Sunday night. If y'all would like for me to be live during the conference, that's fine. You know what you're going to see if we're live during the conference? It's going to be like this because I'm going to be watching E3. I'm going to be watching the conference.
Well, we could, or if we did that way, would we have the podcast or would that be the podcast after the fact? Or will we have the podcast and then have that?
You'd probably have a reaction and then have the podcast after that. So y'all talk about it. Leave your comments about what y'all would like for E3 day, but absolutely, I would love to do a live show on E3 day. Now it's awful late, okay? That's going to be late Sunday night, but that sounds amazing. Y'all are wonderful.
We'll be listening to Todd, man, not you. We love you, but Todd will be speaking.
Thank you, Dom. Talking about my mom, I appreciate that very, very much. We will see you before E3 though, because next Saturday we will have our normal podcast. Now, I do want to say this. I would love to tell y'all exactly what time it's going to start, but YouTube is so weird with their live right now. I noticed several of the YouTubers are having trouble doing live streams, and it normally takes us, 30, 45 minutes to get it going.
Yeah.
And it did again tonight. So it's going to be somewhere between 5 and 6 o'clock is always our podcast time that we like to do. So next Saturday night, we will have another podcast before E3. And then the very next day, we will go live, whichever y'all want, either during E3 or right after. So y'all leave your comment what you'd like to do. Everybody that commented tonight is eligible for the free T-shirt. I think we're going to give away 2.
I still don't have mine.
Again, I wished I was richer and could give away an Xbox or a computer or something like that. Maybe one day when YouTube starts paying me the big bucks. But for now, y'all are going to have to be happy with a KingFanMan T-shirt. But we will give that away during the live cast on E3 night. So I will actually tell y'all live who wins. We'll have a drawing or something. That'll be fun.
All names in a hat, I guess.
Yeah. All names.
Live drawing.
So I want to thank everybody that stopped by. So good to be with y'all. If any news comes out, you know that I'll be right there with a video. Also, again, I want to plug my good friend and Bethesda buddy, Just Dom. He is awesome with videos. He's been doing this longer than me. He's very, very knowledgeable with Bethesda. And y'all go check his channel out. If you're not subscribed to him, do it. And he'll keep you up to date on Bethesda news as well. And hopefully we'll get him on one of our podcasts. And
well, we have 2 answers. One is They won't be listening to us. And the other is live would be great because everyone will be screaming and all calf stuffs they announce.
That sounds good too. Absolutely. Well, we'll talk about it and we'll make a decision.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, next Saturday we will tell you whether we're going
Depends
live
how
or
the
not.
internet is.
Again, since we're having a podcast before then, we can make a decision.
Okay.
Well, again, I want to thank y'all for coming by the King's Corner. So good to be with y'all. I enjoy these so very much. We will see y'all for sure live next Saturday and then next Sunday. But if there is breaking news, we may have a live broadcast next week through the week. So keep in touch. Tell your friends. Thank you, man. Manuels. Good to see y'all tonight. This is the KingFanMan, and for the Wolfman, again, thank you for being with us, Wolfman.
No problem.
I will be praying for you, and y'all pray for him as he goes to ROTC camp. I hope the sergeant don't kill him. Just say yes, sir, and that's all you need to say, okay?
Yes, sir.
For the KingFanMan, I will see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.